Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Monday, Moon Day, March 24th, and the energies in the day adds up or induce to number 9 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. Today's energy is guided by fire ants in the reversal position. So with the fire ants energy coming out in the reversal position, it brings me to conserving your energy. It also brings me to the thought of, it would remind me of like social distancing when I first pulled a card out when it comes to today's energy. And when it comes to say social distancing, conserving your energy, how I would interpret that when it comes to today. So today adds up or induces to number 9 vibration, and the number 9 energy brings in some kind of a change. Something evolves to the next level today. Something ends. It could be something minor something major, or it could just be as simple as a perspective, a thought process. But a perspective is major to me because first our minds need to change on certain things, and then from the shift within our mind, that shift happens within our world. But something shifts today. But with the fire ant coming out in the reversal position, it will bring me to the thought of not taking on more than you can chew, not taking on more than you can manage. Because with the day being the 24th, for some of you, the fire ant energy will bring me to this is you at your job, and this is everyone around you expecting something from you. And in the reversal position, it brings me to the thought of, being selective when it comes to what it is that you say that you can do, what it is that you give people permission to expect of you. Like, be very conscious and present when it comes to what you say yes to today. Also too, when it comes to today's energy, there's big emphasis around needing to rock the boat, not wanting to rock the boat, wanting to avoid confrontation, wanting to avoid conflict, wanting to avoid disappointment, wanting to avoid like disappointing others. I feel like there's big emphasis when it comes to that. Also too, when it comes to today's energy, there's this feeling of needing to be the one to do. Okay, so I think of like moon conjunct Pluto, and with the moon conjunct Pluto, I think of the thought of someone feeling the need to be in charge and be so much in charge to the point that they're the ones doing everything and not allowing for anyone else to do or help. And needing to be in charge, needing to control things. So when it comes to say, some of us, today's energy brings out big power struggle vibes. And I feel like power struggle because with moon conjunct Pluto, the inner world is nurtured at the thought of being in control. And then also too, when it comes to friend groups and things. So when it comes to today's energy, I see for some of us, some things coming up where we feel a little bit irritated around certain connections or interactions. And I feel like if you find yourself irritated today around certain interactions or connections, not for all, but for some, there might be a big thing about control. And when I say control, what I mean, I think of, say you're cool with this person and now they're hanging out with so-and-so. And you'll pride yourself on being the kind of person that you won't tell other people who they can and can't hang out with. You're way more mature than that. But consciously or unconsciously, you know, someone did something and it feels to a certain extent like a violation of the connection, even though they didn't intentionally do anything wrong, is a feeling that I'm getting when it comes to today's energy. Yeah, it's like something about a friendship or a connection, and there's this need to be in control of it. I feel like everybody to a certain extent might be operating from that energy in a way. How would I put that? I think of everybody having strong expectations when it comes to their friendships, when it comes to their friendships, whether it's said or it's unsaid, but there's this strong expectation. And today could be a day where some of us find ourselves easily irritated, frustrated, or even in situations feeling feeling slighted or slighted. I wanted to say abandoned, feeling abandoned, like not necessarily, I wanted to say, but that word doesn't want to come out. So it's not that. I wanted to say betrayed, but it doesn't feel like that extreme of a vibe. It just feels like, it feels immature to a certain extent, meaning I think of someone going to like a certain program. So you're going to a program to, you know, to start being able to pull blood, or you're in some kind of a program, and normally you go to lunch with this group. And normally this group sticks together and they go to lunch together. But today, maybe they went to lunch without you and you feel low key away because they went to lunch without you because you were busy. They didn't wait and they invited some other people they don't normally invite. It's like, it doesn't have to be that to that detail, but that's an example of today's energy where it's like something about our expectations of another might be too much. I think if we find ourselves frustrated or disappointed when it comes to, say, something with work colleagues or people you consider to be friends through work or whatnot, I think it's expectations, expecting too much, or putting on expectations on a person that we more than likely didn't get their permission to have, is what I'm getting with that. And with the fire ants in the reversal position, it will bring me to the thought of stepping out of the situation to being able to see. It's like taking yourself away from the connection to be able to see the bigger picture, because as you are absorbed in the community or the group or whatnot, it's like you can't see things clearly. It brings me to, I don't know how this fits, but it's coming to mind. Yesterday, I was watching a few different things and this interview was suggested where this guy was raw vegan, meaning he only eats plants, fruits and vegetables, no cooked foods, for 17 years. And one day he decided to eat a cheeseburger. And he's now being interviewed, speaking about it. And all the people in the raw community are coming down on him for it. And it's like, what the hell is this? Like, what the hell is this cult behavior? And I feel that's for all communities, where it's like, if the man want to eat a cheeseburger, let him eat a cheeseburger. That's his business. Like, I don't eat cheeseburgers, but that's his business. And it's like, why is it a community discussion? Like, I get the idea of the community in the sense that, say, for those people who are on that path and they need support and inspiration. But then the thought of people policing people, like, what is it your business what goes in that person's mouth? I understand in situations when people are lying and saying that they're doing something they're not doing, and have everybody believe that they're eating a certain way and thinking that, you know, oh, I'm doing what they're doing and I'm not getting their results. Come to find out they're not doing what they say they're doing. You know, that's a different situation. But yeah, when it comes to today's energy, it just brings me to stepping away, because even though, you know, I love watching content about, you know, vegan recipes or raw food recipes and what I eat and this and that and whatnot, it's like, I appreciate the content and that there is a community where, meaning for me, a place where people are putting out the information, and those who are into the information meet up and share thoughts and inspire each other, but at the same time detached enough to not feel offended by people doing what the hell they want to do, or not feeling offended because someone was once a part of this community and now they done moved on. It's like, you know, it was nice knowing you. Have fun where you go. Moon going into Aquarius today, it brings me to that detached nature. You know, a detached nature is necessary when it comes to today's energy, completely detaching from a thing, and completely detaching from a thing, not projecting your stories or your beliefs. Or for me, it's coming to the realization that everything just about that I know up to a certain point was given to me, was poured into me. So knowing that it was given to me, it was poured into me, it wasn't my original thoughts or beliefs. So if it wasn't original and I don't even know where it comes from, you know, it's good to be aware of it and recognize when I'm getting ready to put it on something and make it mean something about something. All right, when it comes to, and when I say put it on something and make it mean something about something, I think of how animals will be doing what animals do in nature. And we'll project our human beliefs or our human nature, our human ways onto animals, and then say, oh, they're being wild, or oh, they're doing this, or oh, they're doing that. And it's like they're being them, and we're expecting them to be like us when they're just being them. You know, we project onto a lot of things, whether even if it's spiritual deities and things like that, we'll project our human ways onto them and say they're not about this and they're not about that. And it's like, why? Because you're not, you know, because you're not, you assume they're just like you. And I mean, it's fine for us to tell ourselves whatever stories we tell ourselves, as long as it works for us. Let's pause for a bit. I am proud of the services that I offer and excited to tell you about them. If it would be your first time booking with me, then I recommend the natal chart and numerology awareness coaching session. For a while, that was the only service I offered, along with the 30 minutes tarot reading, which is still available if you're interested. I noticed the pattern. At the end of the natal chart and numerology coaching sessions, some of you would ask me for a follow-up service options for additional clarity and guidance to assist you with whatever you're going through at the moment. I kept saying, I'll look into it. I don't know why it took me so long. Finally, I have created that option, along with the service option to book a solar return chart reading for those of you who are strategic and like to plan ahead. Everything you need to know is within the description box below. Let's get back into the video. When it comes to the tarot, we have Temperance. And with the Temperance energy coming out in the reversal position, it brings me to disrupting a flow and the need to disrupt the flow when it comes to something. So overall, when it comes to today's energy brings me to taking a step back from something, seeing it for what it is, being okay with the flow of a thing being disrupted, being okay with something coming to an end, being okay with walking away from a thing. Today, you know, we'll find ourselves feeling irritated and even emotional about the material side of things and where our foundations feel weak. And today's energy calls in opportunities for a fresh start, for, you know, putting something to an end. There is an obstruction when it comes to a flow. It's like something stops flowing. It's like energy stops flowing into a thing. It's like the universe stops giving energy into a thing, and, you know, change is happening because that thing is going to fall away because it's no longer being fed. So it comes down to letting it. It's like when you take a step and you look back in today's energy, what's frustrating you or what's irritating you? Whatever has your attention that's frustrating you or irritating you, that's where your foundation is weak. That's where you need to step back and look at it from a detached way of seeing it, opposed to, you know, being all detached with your emotions and expectations. Like, that's not going to allow you to see things clearly. So take a step back and have a detached view of, you know, what's happening in front of you, And pay attention to how you might have to force energy into a thing and realize that it's time for things to end or shift or evolve to the next level when it comes to whatever it is that we're dealing with. But there's big emphasis on separating ourselves from the group. It's like taking some time alone in order to see what's being presented in front of you. And there's a break when it comes to a flow. Don't force the flow. Whatever is no longer flowing, whatever is no longer working, don't force it. It could be a relationship, a connection, a perspective, whatnot. Something comes to an end today or evolves to the next level. And we have to have a detached approach in order to see a thing for what it is. And I feel like when it's all said and done, this thing that's shifting has everything to do with, you know, with the way we're seeing ourselves, us changing, our image changing, our views of ourselves are changing. So with that, maybe it's a relationship, a connection, or just a perspective. It was a pleasure sharing this message with you. Before you go anywhere, let me know you're here with me by dropping me a brown heart in the comment box below. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.